What's up there, guys? This is Dibaleni Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel. Football from the fans' perspective. Welcome back. Welcome to our new video. Today we're just gonna do a very simple thing. Doing a preview of Kaizer Chiefs versus Maritzburg. The game plays today at 5 o'clock, later today, 5 o'clock, the 9th of January. And it's going to be a very interesting one. It's going to be a very interesting. There are a few things that make the game to be very interesting. I'm going to mention them. And then I'm going to mention my preferred lineup. And then my prediction, and that will be all. But if you are new in the video, I'd like to encourage you, new in the channel, please let us subscribe to the channel. Let's turn on the notification button. You can like the video if you enjoy it. You can like the video if you enjoy it. Likes, they assist in distributing the video to as many people as possible. And let us enjoy the comment section. Let's enjoy your conversation in the comment section. I would like to hear what you think about this game. But these are my thoughts around this game. This is what I think the game is why I think the game is going to be interesting. First, the return of Ernest Middendorp. He's been coaching our players. Last season coached us last season, so he's coming back now as a coach of Maritzburg United. We know what happened. We almost won a league with him. Almost won a cup with him. Almost won Nedbank Cup that we lost against TS Galaxy with him in the final. And then we also lost the league in the final day. The last day of the league, we lost the league with him. But he pushed us very well. And yeah, it couldn't happen. I don't want to speak much about it. The fact that he's been with these players, he knows these players, he knows our players, he understands their strengths and their weaknesses. And I'm thinking he's gonna be able to plan around it. So Gavin Hunt will have to step up his game. Of course, that is very obvious. And there's no love lost between the players and the coach. The one thing that I understand, but we need to be as professional as possible. We need to up our game. And we need to win this game. The second thing that makes it very interesting is that Maritzburg is from a win against Celtics. So they're coming with a very serious motivation. They are a very good team. To be honest, yes, they are in the last, they are number 16 in the log, but don't take that very so much serious, because Maritzburg finished very high last season, but they are having a rough patch, just like Kaizer Chiefs. And I'm thinking they are picking up. That is my view. That is how I saw them playing. I think they are picking up, and the team that have good players. So don't undermine it. Don't underestimate Maritzburg. It's a very good team. They are from beating Celtics that we failed to beat, that we failed to win against. They won 2-1. We draw 1-1 against Celtics. So it's a very good team. They are coming from a win. I think they'll bring that motivation and confidence into this game. Another thing that makes this game very interesting is, Maritzburg always gives us problems. Always, past few seasons, past few games with Maritzburg, it's been very terrible. We've been terrorized by Maritzburg United. Misiamedi. The last game we played was Dylan Klassen. It was very bad. It was very bad, and we don't want that. But last season. But right now we won against Maritzburg in the game, in the cup game. So we beat Maritzburg in the cup game. So I'm thinking there's Maritzburg that usually is problematic against Kaizer Chiefs, but there's still Maritzburg that is number last. There's still Maritzburg that we just beat in the league, and we need to capitalize on the fact that we have an upper hand against them. I think that's what I think. Kaizer Chiefs is an upper hand against Maritzburg. Also, we're from a win against, the Augusto from very difficult conditions. The boys, they gave us a win. They gave us a serious fight, and it was a more improved team. So I expect Kaizer Chiefs that has an upper hand against Maritzburg. That's one thing that I'm very confident of, because as much as they are a problematic team, we're from winning against them. As much as they are from a win against Celtics, we're from a win against the Augusto. And then Maritzburg is a very good team. That's one thing that I mentioned, and I need to emphasize this. Players like Buchanan, Klassen, Mgonyama, Musiamedi, Kutumela, they are still there. They are still the rook at the back. They are still there. So it's not a team that Gavin Hunt should take lightly. The fact that they are number last, we shouldn't be taking it lightly. And Kaizer Chiefs, after Maritzburg, we are going to play Amazulu. We are going to play TTM. We are going to play. I think we're playing. Stellenbosch. We're playing Stellenbosch. We're playing Cape Town City. So these are teams that are not in the top half of the log. They are middle log teams and bottom of the log of the table teams. So we need to win these teams. We need to win against Maritzburg, because it's number last. We need to win against Amazulu, middle of the table team. Cape Town City, middle of the table team. Stellenbosch, TTM, struggling teams. They didn't have a good start. So we need to win against these teams. And these are the games that are going to play this month, all of them. By the end of this month, we need to be out of that zone. Kaizer Chiefs has to be out of that zone. We need to be in the top 8 by the end of this month. Last game of the month, are going to be playing against Orlando Pirates. So you can see playing, weaker teams, and then end of the month are playing Orlando Pirates, very strong team, and we'll be playing teams that are in the top half of the log, that will be up in the upper zone of the log after all these games that we're playing this month. So we need to collect maximum points now. We need to build confidence now so that we don't struggle when we play against the big teams. So if we win against Maritzburg, we're going to be 3 points below the top 8. So top 8 is not far-fetched. We can be out of the top 8 in the next 2 games, 3 games. We can be out. We can be into the top 8. Out of that relegation zone. So that is why this game is very interesting. It is very important. Maritzburg, very competitive team. My lineup, I would like the coach to keep the same defense. The defense, I'll pay right back Ngezana, 2 center backs, Mato and Rama. On the left, Zulu. Zulu is back. He had a red card. I think he's back right now. But if Mato is not back, because remember, send our condolences to Tawa. Tawa, we had the news, he lost his father, and he might not be available for this game. As much as you want to be a professional, but right now it's time to spend, with family. He needs to be the first responder in the family. So he might not be in the game, but if he will be there, he needs to start. But if he's not there, Cardoso is there. I'll be happy to see Cardoso filling in. So in the defense, keep the same structure, keep the same guys, and not going forward. The same thing, same stability. In front of them, need changes. Akumu should be back. As much as people don't prefer Akumu, I think it's been improving. I think it's part of Gavin Hunt's plan. Needs to be back in that defensive midfield. In the right, in front of him, on the right, Blom. On the left, Ngobo. Back, Ngobo needs to be back. Obviously, the game, I understand, the coach cannot play the same team as he played against the Augusta because the conditions are different and the plans are different, and we understand these things. Yeah, it's local games. There's a lot of stake. As much as there was a lot of stake, but the environment is different. So Blom on the right, Ngobo on the left. In front of them is a number 10, Manyama, back into the game. Manyama didn't travel with the team. My understanding is that he was rested. So I'm thinking now he should be ready. Manyama back. It's going to be the battle of the midfield. The midfield has to be packed. Kaizer Chiefs midfield has to be packed and has to be competitive. Maritzburg is very competitive in the midfield. Buchanan, good in knocking the ball at the back. Even from the back, Ngonyama, Klassen, they are very good in knocking the ball. In Changas, they are very good in playing the ball. So we're going to have to be very competitive in the midfield. So that's my midfield. Akumu, Blom on the right, Ngobo, and then Manyama. And then Billiard should strike with Castro. Continue with the combination of Billiard and Castro. They produced a goal against the Augusto, and we would like to see much more movement from Castro. We need movement from Castro. Nukovic is back right now. There's no time to rest. There's no time to play around. There's no time to be lazy. So there's a replacement. And there's also a question of Kambole as well. I think it's just going to be a different tactics. I don't think we should go with the 3 forward players. We need to pack the midfield, of course, and therefore, Kambole has to be dropped. Not that performed bad, he performed very well in the game against the Agos, but it has to be dropped here. And then we have Kambole on the bench, Nukovic on the bench, Zuma on the bench, Parker on the bench, as though he started against the Agos. So that's my lineup. I would like to hear what is your lineup. Your preferred lineup and how you think the Kaizer Chiefs team is gonna fare against Maritzburg United. For my prediction, I think we should win this game. I'm very optimistic. I think Kaizer Chiefs should win comfortably with 2-0. Last game played against Maritzburg, I would like to believe we had 2-1. We won 2-1. Right now we need to keep a clean sheet, of course. That's the most important thing. 2-0 Kaizer Chiefs. That is a must. 2-0 is a must for Kaizer Chiefs. And I'm looking forward to a combination of Castro and Nukovic. Because I'm not the person of one striker team and then assisted by this guy, Billiard. I prefer, like we did last season, between Nukovic and Castro, they gave us a lot of goals. And they are very problematic to the defense when they're playing 2 of them. So later on in the game, I don't want to see this thing of Castro starting, Nukovic getting out, Nukovic starting, then Castro has to come in for him and all that. We want them to play. Personally, I would like to see them playing both of them in the same lineup. Yes, there's a lot of things in it. There's a lot of things in it. But one thing that I guaranteed of is it has a lot of threats going forward. So that is what I think should happen. Kaizer Chiefs 2-0. So I'd like to hear from you, comment section, what you think about this game, the importance of this game, and your score predictions, of course. And then let us hear your lineup, and then that's it. From me, that's Dibalen Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel, football from the fans' perspective. You know what is. Love and peace.